diabetic neuropathy.
Richard, we have double copies of my paperwork, don't we? We forgot, we were supposed to give Lloyd copies of those. I'm just wondering if I can send them out the door with one of our copies, that way we can recopy.
I'll see what I can get together. I was forced to ask everybody to give me something back, so.
I don't know.
And if not, I told her, I can get those from you guys next week or something.
I have my full copy right here, but I don't know if you have another copy that we could recopy. That way we just don't have to remember.
You want the full?
Here's your physician certification.
You notice that under my driver's license, I don't know if you need any of that stuff.
He's got your physician certification.
This is really all you need right there.
Right.
If you've got the
You have your
copy of the
copy.
application,
You have your
that gives you a higher level of protection.
You don't
Because
have
it's distinctly,
a copy?
the additional protections regarding child custody apply with the ID card section. And the paperwork, if it's older than 20 days, that is legally the identification card.
Right, and
receiver.
I'm, I know it's such a gray area for us too, and I know that I've talked with some people a little bit here and there about it.
I think it's a learning opportunity.
I can take care of it.
Right.
I can take
We're
copies
trying,
of them. I just thought
certainly,
we
and
didn't have
that's
to
why any
worry about
documentation
it.
that I can get from her, like I told her to support that would be great, so. Because I know in the past I've had a client where there was a number I could call and I could verify that they were approved that way and document that.
Yeah, the difficulty is established. I've been testifying in front of the legislature recently. The Ways and Means Committee, they were doing a special investigation into this transition period. They were talking, and the problem, there's a very serious problem with the backlog on the ID cards.
Oh yeah, I know, and when I talked to that center, that's what they said. That number I called, they said it was several months.
Yeah, they're about 4 months behind, and unfortunately, they're limited by law to 20 days, and they're breaking the law, and they've broken the law on every single patient that's gone through the system.
The state made
Everyone.
it.
Nobody was issued in the proper time frame.
Right.
They do issue all the rejections within the time frame. So if they haven't issued a rejection, then they're cleared. They're cleared within the 20 days. It's just that they haven't been able to get the printing mechanisms functioning.
Or the people,
And,
to process everything they need to process, yeah.
But the law was put together so that if that were to take place, then the applications, the patient's copy of the application and proof of application, a cash check is a pretty good indication that they got the application.
Right, and I knew that was part of it too. With the person I'd worked with, they said as long as the check was cash, I knew that was part of it. So I'm learning as I go.
But the law says specifically that the copies of the paperwork, the patient's copies of the paperwork, are their registration identification card, and the physical card actually comes. They are considered to be fully registered, fully covered to the fullest extent of this new law, and they have their identification card. It is that paper. Right. That paper is the identification card. That's the way the law is written. So when you hear a lot of people saying things like, well, they didn't get their card yet. Wrong. They have their card. It is the paper. It's not their fault that Lansing is behind.
It's a different form.
It's not the, and
It's like
the
when you
law
get your driver's
protects
license,
these people.
They give you a
in
piece
that
of paper.
gray area. It's not really a gray area because the law defined it real clear.
When you go to get
They
your
are
driver's
registered.
license,
This is their identification card.
when you go to get your driver's license, they give you that paper.
Yeah,
It makes you
temporary.
legal until you actually receive your card in the mail.
Right.
Same thing.
Right. And that paperwork can override something the computer might say.
Mhm.
You know, if traffic cop pulls you over, you're just coming away from the Secretary of State's office, the computer says they got outstanding things or stuff like that, or their car, the computer says their driver's license is expired, for instance. And but they've got their copy from the Secretary of State, and that overrides what the officer is seeing on the screen. The officers have no problem with that. They understand that paperwork sometimes is in advance of the computer systems.
Oh, right.
They understand that all the time. That's normal.
Not here they don't.
They would for a driver's license.
Or they would for a driver's license.
Yeah. So if they can do it for the driver's license, why can't they understand that that's the way it's supposed to work for the medical marijuana card also?
Right.
I'll tell you why, because they don't want to think that
They
this
want the
person could
money.
actually be
It's
legal.
all about
They don't want to think that. They don't want to believe that. This person can't possibly be innocent. This person, they're a stoner. They're using pot. They got to be guilty.
They're losing
You know?
a lot of money what they're doing.
They have, oh, that's probably forged paperwork. Well, as a matter of fact, I think that this young lady here was talking about that. That was
We seem to only have one copy.
That's okay, why don't you
So I'll
guys,
bring it up to you.
yeah, if you're out and about, you wanna stop by the office and just have them, make a copy real quick and then I'll throw it in my box or whatever, that's fine, that works, okay?
No problem.
now
Alright.
with the protections that are in this Michigan medical marijuana law. From what I'm understanding about the situation, it sounds like this was an illegal action that had taken place. As an illegal action for the household of the children to be disrupted that way, isn't that endangering the children, harming them,
As far as,
traumatizing?
oh yeah, it can negatively impact them, certainly.
You saw that by talking to Shayna today, how upset she is with it.
Right.
I mean, the whole process has been traumatic for the children, isn't it? How is that supposed to be a benefit to the children?
Right.
But he didn't do it,
Yeah.
he's
Right,
not the one
and
who
that's-
took it.
Yes, I was
He's just
No, I
illustrating.
know, I know that, I'm not taking.
Okay, good, I'm glad that you understood, I wasn't trying to
No,
say you.
I know you're not yelling at me or
No.
anything like that, no, so,
What about all the stuff that they were saying in court that you said, isn't that?
Jenna asked me about that, I have no idea where that even came from.
Loose marijuana all over the house was exactly what you said, of course. And we're not saying you said that, but we're just letting you know that's what
Right.
other
And
people are
that's
allowing to be
inaccurate,
said.
you know,
So
because I'd never said anything.
it's written
like that.
right in the.
That's
And they-
perjury, isn't it? I mean.
It's not accurate, that's for
Something's
sure, I mean.
confusing there, because like I said, it said protective services, and, Lloyd didn't even know about it until after the.
And you said
And as
he
far
had
as
that
for me to
paperwork.
say that would be a lie, because I was here,
Right.
there was no marijuana here, I didn't see anything like that. I
Children
told
never
you,
said anything like
right,
that.
and I told you guys that the precautions you made seemed definitely.
No, see, and we told him that you're on our side as far as we're concerned, is from the
Yeah, I
children's standpoint anyway.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
said anything like that.
we want, there's Congressman Cushenberry is interested in cases like this. And the issue of, the people issuing ID cards actually causing the appearance of criminality in the patients and the caregivers across the state.
Right.
That's a real problem. The entire committee voted unanimously that it was a deplorable situation, horrific, inexcusable.
Right.
The context there was, and that was the context of innocent people being arrested. This thing about children being taken away like that is extremely upsetting. It's extremely upsetting.
And that's why, I mean, I felt.
Supervised even, they can't
If I
spend
would
the
have,
night.
and if I would have felt that they were in any danger, then obviously as being my position, I would have had to file a petition myself and request removal. And obviously I didn't do that, so, and like I say, I know Jen asked me about that and that's inaccurate. I never said anything.
Well, she
like
said that you hadn't even filed your report yet.
My report's not
He
due
still
until
now
tomorrow.
has one.
Yeah.
As of now, he still
So
has.
they
So they
can't
took the
say,
kids before
yeah.
their report was even turned in.
So my report is not officially, will not be officially.
What's the likelihood of that being reversed?
I have no idea. That would be something that they would, have to look into. And if I was asked, I would be honest. No, I didn't. I never said anything like that.
Well, not only that, but you'd have to be subpoenaed to say that when you
Right.
were here, the house was clean, the kids were clean, there was not loose marijuana all over the house, and it might have to go that way.
Right.
But that's not a big deal. You're just telling the truth. I mean,
No,
we were
that's-
cooperative.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, and like I told Jen, I'll be totally straight. I'm totally honest with you guys. I mean, if something's bugging me or something's not right, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna say one thing to your face and then do another to your back. I mean, that doesn't do anything.
No, we knew
Well,
that you wouldn't have said
No,
that.
we did know that, we said that all along, that we didn't feel like he would do that. But, he was not going to open a case, he didn't think that it was necessary, but we agreed that we're gonna work together.